Hi everyone, this is Mike Houlihan from Roots to Wings, and I'm here with Mirabai Davey, and she's in today. We're chatting about a few things, and one of the things that came up in our conversation is whenever you read about Mirabai's events, you see this word called light transmission, and so I thought for clarification purposes that we'd get it right from Mirabai to tell us what a light transmission is from my perspective as a lay person. When I go to Mirabai's events and I experience light transmission, I know what it is that I experience. So when I hear that Mirabai is doing an event, I don't need to I don't have an expectation about what's going to happen, because I've done it enough times. I just allow whatever is going to happen and whatever I feel to be there. Sometimes it's a very specific feeling that I get, and sometimes that feeling can be different, but I don't I've found that the best practice for me is to just being in a room where that kind of transmission is happening, because we're all bringing a healing energy to that event, and our intentions and hopes and wishes and dreams and things are all in the room together, and Mirabai is sort of facilitating us making a connection to that divine light within ourselves, because we can't realize it if we haven't made the connection with ourselves. But having an experienced guide there who can sort of move some of the obstacles out of the way of us experiencing that divine light is what I think is happening when I go to a light transmission. But do I have that right?
Not quite. You have
Okay.
half of the equation.
Okay.
So the other half of the equation that Mike's missing here is that I'm transmitting light. So I'm bringing light down in terms of frequency from the divine. The divine is, yes, it's within us, but it's also, picture a pyramid where you have the triangle at the top. That's the divine light. Then the 2 points at the bottom of the triangle, one is me, one is you. So I'm bringing the light down and transmitting it from the top of the triangle into me and into you. So it's going, one finger is coming down into me, one finger is coming down into you, and then one finger is coming across from me to you. And when it comes down into you and from me into you through the transmission, which is a direct sending of a very high potentized frequency light, which is actually substantial. Some people feel it like milky, some people feel it as very, very blissful and fluffy white clouds. Other people feel it like a heavy, thick cream going through their body. What it does is it activates the inner light of your soul. And that inner light, which is actually in the Hrit Padma, that's the chakra beneath the heart chakra, where the soul is located in the body, it activates that inner flame, but it comes in from the outside in, bursts the flame and starts to fan it and expand it through your whole body. So it's coming into you, it's opening your inner flame, and it's expanding that through you. You're coming in with your intentions, so you're co-creating. So through your intentions and directing your intentions and making an agreement with me and the divine that this is what you want to manifest or to receive, you're getting that supercharged quantum healing result, which is why it varies so much. Some people come out of a light transmission, their back pain's gone, their headache's gone, their stomach ache's gone, their nausea's gone, their heartbreak's gone, the physical pain in their legs or their back is gone, and sometimes it stays away forever. For some people it stays away months, for other people it stays away weeks, and for some people it stays away days, because it needs to be recharged. The light needs to be recharged in them because the blocks are so strong. The main thing the light is doing is moving those blocks, it's moving those veils so that you can access more and more of that healing energy instead of blocking it. Everyone's going to receive it equally, whether they feel it or not. It's very powerful, and we do get miraculous healings. People have illnesses dissolve and disappear, all different types of injuries, accidents, breaks, sprains, and so forth get healed. And then other people may feel nothing at all, but the changes in their life are very subtle, because the light always works. No matter what, it always works, whether somebody feels it or not. Some people feel fireworks and other people feel just deeply relaxed. So it all depends on how much we're in our mind and how blocked our emotional body is, how much we feel the light transmission. But regardless, the sun shines on everyone equally.
Awesome. So thank you for that. I've never heard you describe it in quite that way with the pyramid before. So I get the triangle piece, the part going from the divine light to us and divine light to you, and then from you to us through the bottom of the triangle. But you said pyramid, and pyramids are four-sided. So what's happening with the other 2 points on the
Yeah, so I actually would say triangle.
triangle? Okay,
But
all right.
I would say triangle, but pyramid is more of a sacred, geometrical,
Right.
and often you'll see the Eye of Horus
Right.
on the top of the pyramids. When I think about the divine light coming down the triangle,
Mm-hmm.
I think of it as the Eye of Horus shining over the pyramid.
It's interesting because when we built this space, I had a very good friend who made crystals, imported crystals and made crystals. And he was talking to me about, well, we ended up placing crystals in the corners of the foundation with one crystal in the middle of the building, so forming an energetic pyramid for clear, pure, sattvic energy when we created this space. So I was curious about that. So I imagine there's probably is something with pyramid and how the divine light in terms of sacred geometry and all that. How,
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, and crystals, are magnifiers of energy, and they can also be programmed. So the body is made up predominantly out of water and has a crystalline DNA. It's crystalline DNA structure because we're moving from carbon-based to crystal-based. And so in that transition process, we record in our memory banks all of our traumas, our past lives, and our emotions. So the light transmission actually goes into the crystalline structure in the body, and it works on the DNA, and it works through the electrical system. That's how it conducts, is through the electrical system, the transmission. And through all of that, it actually clears old trauma and old cellular memory out of the body so that we feel peaceful, we feel calm, or we feel less anxiety, less concern, less worry, less fear, less anger. And in fact, I've found quite a lot of people are able to get off of drugs, that are drug addicts, alcoholics, and various other sexual addictions and so forth with light transmission, because it raises the kundalini and it works on the chakras, and it makes you feel so blissful and peaceful and connected to the divine. We don't need the fake ways of feeling like we're filling those holes where the trauma is inside through all these different addictions.
So can I ask you, I have one more follow-up
Yes.
question. And this is probably makes for, this would be a good topic for a longer discourse with you. But in, like I might come to a light transmission or healing event, my knee is bothering me and I want that to be healed. Or my heart chakra is blocked and I want that to be healed. Or I'm, spiritually asleep, can you help me with that? So how does the divine light and a light transmission work through the gross, subtle, and causal bodies? Like how is it able to move through all three?
That's a great question. So we have our physical body, we have our mental body, we have our emotional body, we have our astral body, and we have our etheric body. So the light is actually going in and activating the chakras, as well as the meridians, as well as the organs. The chakras are what transduce the divine soul's self or energy down to the third dimensional frequency level, which is the earth plane. We have to download or transduce the energy down from our soul to be able to come into a dense form. That's what the chakras are. They're energy portals that allow the soul to come into the body. Without the chakras, we wouldn't be alive. Same thing as the breath. So the light's moving through the chakras, which is the same conducting of energy that's transducing the soul into the body, transducing the frequency down from the highest frequency to a third dimensional frequency. At that point, it's going into the meridians, which goes into the organs, which heals the organs, which is why we're able to keep dogs, cats, and humans alive for 4 to 6 years longer than their death sentences that they're given by veterinarians and doctors, because the light actually creates a rejuvenation, or it heals the organs enough that it can continue living in the body, the soul. Then it works through the chakras into the mental and emotional body, then it goes into the astral and etheric body. The etheric is the blueprint, and it starts bringing back the original blueprint, the healed organs, the original innocence, the original blueprint for your life before things went south. And that's the way that it works, and that's why you see so much change, because it's the highest frequency in the universe, this divine energy, working on your subtle bodies, which it's more close to than your physical body. That's why the physical body is always the last to change, and yet we do see physical healings, and that's why people with broken bones, torn ligaments, and sprains heal the fastest with light transmission. I've seen people heal in 3 minutes to 30 minutes, to the point where there isn't even a break left in the bone. It doesn't happen with everyone, but it happens with lots of people. Why? Because they're the densest energies. And so it works really well on density, whereas things like colds and flus and viruses are more subtle, often because they're viral or bacterial or more ethereal. So these are the ways, for a deeper understanding, we should make a video on this.
We should. So that's a little primer on divine light and light transmission, and to be continued.
There's so much to say about it. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but that was good. We spelt out a little bit